This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. Narek Mkrtchyan, Armenia's ambassador to the United States, has downplayed Azerbaijani obstructions to the Trump route for international peace and prosperity. In an interview with CivilNet today, Mkrtchyan affirmed that TRIPP, which promises to establish new supply chains connecting Central Asia to Europe through the South Caucasus, is a priority for Azerbaijan as well as for the US and Armenia. We are progressing, and there are no serious obstacles. In the very near future, we will see the practical construction process of the TRIPP project, he said. Mkrtchyan's optimism comes after US Congressman Abraham Hamadeh met with Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan in Yerevan yesterday. Mkrtchyan, who invited Hamadeh and arranged the visit, described the meeting as positive and productive. Although TRIPP is supposed to connect Armenia with Azerbaijan, the plans are complicated by the fact that Yerevan and Baku have no formal diplomatic relations, nor have agreed upon border demarcations. Mkrtchyan sees the potential trade route as a gateway toward an ultimate peace treaty. We view closer economic ties with Azerbaijan as important incentives for more durable peace, he said. The announcement of TRIPP was central to the August 2025 summit between US President Donald Trump, Pashinyan, and Aliyev. It was billed by the Trump administration as a historic breakthrough in Armenia-Azerbaijan relations, but Mkrtchyan said that the trilateral meeting was also a turning point in American ties with his country. The US had long supported Armenian democratic reforms and aid-based partnerships, he said, but after the summit, our bilateral relations with the US were finally expanding to include true economic, tech, energy, security, and comprehensive political cooperation. Additionally, the San Francisco-based company Firebird launched the first phase of a major AI infrastructure project in Armenia this month, with plans to invest $4 billion into the facility. Speaking with CivilNet, Mkrtchyan hinted that the AI factory could have strategic uses beyond commercial applications. A former Nagorno-Karabakh official has made an appeal to human rights advocates from detention in Azerbaijan. In an audio message conveyed through his family, former Foreign Minister Davit Babayan said his appeals process had concluded, describing the proceedings as theater whose script had been written in advance. He said that despite this, he went through the proceedings because they were a necessary formal step that could later be used to bring the case before international courts. Babayan was among several former Nagorno-Karabakh officials detained by Azerbaijan following its September 2023 military offensive and ethnic cleansing that ended the region's de facto independence. He was sentenced to life in prison by an Azerbaijani court in February after being convicted of charges including inciting hatred and terrorism. His conviction was upheld by an appeals court this month. Babayan accused the Azerbaijani authorities of substituting evidence with what he described as lies, fabrications, political positions, and slogans. He said that when defendants tried to review how their statements had been recorded in official documents, their words were either omitted, heavily shortened, or distorted. Babayan noted that almost every member of his six-person defense team was replaced during the trial. He also said his lawyers were repeatedly interrupted during court proceedings and were not always allowed to complete their remarks, and that virtually all of the defense's appeals and motions had been rejected in favor of the prosecution. Babayan also said he had health problems that he raised during the court proceedings and asked the court to officially record them, but implied that this was not done. He added that several of his fellow prisoners were suffering from serious medical issues. I understand that the Azerbaijani authorities would not want me to go to an international court, Babayan said. He concluded his message by thanking supporters and urging Armenians and other people of goodwill to remain strong. Have you seen our latest video report on Russia's trade war against Armenia? It examines the scope of Moscow's sweeping restrictions on Armenian agricultural products, the sectors most affected, and what the measures could mean for Armenia's economy, businesses, and trade relationship with its largest export market. It also explores whether exporters can diversify into new markets and what options the government has to mitigate the impact. Watch the report by following the link in the video description. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.